What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is what we got. Four more after this. We got Houston, Cleveland, New York,
San
and
Fran.
San Fran, and Cleveland. Right. So we got
Yeah.
five more.
Four more.
So yes, because after this we got Houston ready. So this is Houston.
Houston.
After Houston, it's what's after Houston?
Is it San Fran next? Is that the 22nd?
No, we have one more game before, I think, before that one.
That might be Cleveland then.
Yeah. Then no, actually Cleveland. It might be San Francisco. I don't know, man.
I know. I'm almost positive San Francisco's the 22nd.
Yeah, it is. It is the 23rd.
23rd.
Or 22nd. Well, it's the day before. I know things was the weekend before Christmas, so it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Joe, how you doing, Joe?
What's going on, Joe? Yeah, so let's see. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Yeah, so we got you're right. It's Texans, San Fran, and then that's it. That's we're not coming Cleveland Browns. So we got three more after this. San Fran, Cleveland, and the Jets. So, and we might
we got two more Warren games, and then we got two cold games.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? They show up. Can't lose anymore, that's for sure.
No. We not only do we have to lose, we have to want other teams to lose as well.
Says, yo, I hate being in that position. And as much as I talked, about like last season and the season before, like I wasn't necessarily thrilled with how we were playing when we took a dive at the end of the season. Mm-hmm. But at least it wasn't. We're hoping for help. We had the one thing I appreciate.
Yeah, we had our ticket punched in.
We had our destiny in our own. Especially last season, we had our destiny in our own hands. We could have won the division, even though we folded all the way to the very end. If we win the division. We got a home playoff game, then at least it was our fate was in our hands. Because for years we've always had to worry about, we need them to lose.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that one year when I think Flores last year when we lost to Tennessee, we needed people to lose for us to have a chance. But I think that last game,
the Ravens won. If the Ravens would have lost, we would have been in.
Yeah, so it was that. But up to that point, though, if we would have won that game, we were in.
Yeah, and then, you're right.
Yeah, and it was like, dang,
because
man.
we would have had better record than the Baltimore Ravens, and we and we beat Baltimore Ravens. No, I think we would have had the same record as Baltimore. And we beat them head to head. So we had the tiebreaker. So hey, before we get before we get into more to the Houston talk, let's do this intro and we'll be right back.
Okay.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Shout out to my man Kosa. What's going on, Kosa?
All
right. So here we go. I like the Evan Williams eggnog because it tastes like ice cream. Let's see what this tastes like.
Like that one?
Yeah. I never had this one.
What do you think? You drinking it lukewarm or is it out the fridge? What are you doing?
Out of the fridge.
Okay, get you a treat, Greg, and get you something to drink. You're old enough these days. Phil, how you doing?
What's up, Phil?
Yeah.
I'll be there soon.
What do you think? You like that?
Not bad. This is something I'm gonna watch. Me and the wife will watch some this weekend. We're gonna get together and we're gonna watch some
watch Home Alone and drink eggnog.
Hell yeah.
Okay, there you go. You like that one better than the green label?
No, I like the green label better. I don't taste no peppermint in this shit.
Yeah. I didn't hear you. Are you drinking it warm or is it
No,
refrigerated?
I got it out the fridge.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I won't drink this warm.
Yeah.
Shit nasty as fuck.
Yeah, that'll have you maybe put it on the toilet shortly after the show. Chef, how you doing?
So, being that Christmas is around the corner, let me ask you this question: do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I always see that debate, on the book and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a huge fan of the Die Hard movies. I've watched them a couple of times. I've never seen the newer ones. I'm not like a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
Not series, but whatever they call it.
Yeah. The
franchise.
Franchise.
So I haven't seen it enough where I can, I'm not dedicated to that, to be honest. I like Lethal Weapon. I've watched a whole bunch of times. Excuse me. I gotta get my dog. Hey, Bud. Do me a favor. Just wait a little bit. Okay?
Yep. And men drink it chilled too. Yeah, we all drink it.
But yeah, that's what do you think? You like it?
See, he go. I was hard on Michael K. On Monday, but you know what? I gotta remind myself. I need to remind myself that he's a casual and he doesn't know any better.
Michael K. is a real American hero. He comes in here. Listen, he takes the abuse, he dishes it out, he takes it as good as he gives it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard people to, he's from the old times because people aren't built like that these days too much. I'm glad we got a bunch of mature people in the regulars, the usuals anyways. They're all, of our age. So, they don't get all offended about everything. He's
a proud sponsor of Bud Light. And anyway,
he's a proud sponsor of the Miami Dolphins. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Exactly.
Yeah, matter of fact, here, this is to you, Michael K. God bless you. Michael K., look, I got my windbreaker from back in the days when you were in high school. This is my favorite jacket. This is my Don Shula windbreaker. Yeah.
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Anyway,
what do you think about this Houston game? You think
one thing I do I'm looking forward to is the fact that it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the big storyline is remember D'Amico Ryans and McDaniel were both assistants at the same time in San Francisco. He was D'Amico Ryans was the defense coordinator, and he was the offensive coordinator. They both got hired around about the same time. Yeah, they both got hired at the same time. One to Houston and one to Miami. So, I mean, they're both assistants.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
you think that'll give an edge to the both of them?
We'll see, man. I mean,
kind of that they were
first when whatchamacallit, when McDaniel, what's on? What Scott Jackson? What's going on, my brother? When McDaniels first came out, he had a losing record to his Shanahan assistants. Now he's, I think the only person he's ever beaten was there was a true McDaniel. I mean, Shanahan assistant was Robert Saleh, and that's because, let's face it, he was the Jets.
Yeah, Jets. What are you gonna do?
So yeah, I think it's gonna be a good chess match. I like to see, and also out of the two franchises, think about this. Everybody said we fleeced the Houston Texans, but they got something that most teams covet is a all pro left tackle, Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah. Yep, the Bongmeister. Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately, we feel like we won that trade, but what we've done with how we won, I don't know, but I don't know, I'm excited to see what happens. Like I said, earlier, I'm just glad that our destiny's in our own hands. Actually, it's not. We probably need some help to squeak into the playoffs. I got to see. But winning, we're in. No matter what happens, ultimately, it's up to us to keep winning. We got to win out pretty much. I can't imagine we can lose. We'll really need a lot of help then. But keep winning. 2 warm games, and then we got 2 cold games. And maybe one of them won't end up being cold. Who knows? It's too far away to predict the weather, but CJ is overrated because he's the first ever non-bust Ohio State quarterback. The bar could not be lower. Phil, I don't know yet. I'm not going to give him the overrated stamp just yet. But last year, when everybody was saying how they found their guy, I was saying then, I'm like, man, I'm not. You can't. Your rookie season show up and show out. And me just circle and stamp you as that guy. I always say, man, you got to wait a few years to see what happens. Year 2 is always a toss up, and year 3 kind of lets you know what's happening.
Yeah, what's funny is,
barring injuries,
you look at Tom Brady, right? Really, people didn't really put him in the GOAT conversation until he got his 4th or 5th ring. You know what I mean? Until he, I think most legends are made after they hung up their cleats and they can look back at what they've done. You know what I'm saying? And it's a big body of work, So, a lot of quarterbacks, look at RG3, started off really strong and fizzled out. You got Cam Newton. Cam Newton, we thought was gonna be one of those guys wearing a gold jacket, but he fizzled out. And then you have someone like Kurt Warner didn't really make a roster, didn't make a name for himself right away, and he's wearing a gold jacket. So I think right now it's too early to say anything about CJ Stroud. He's heading in the right direction.
Seems to be.
Yet,
Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens, but I don't know. Year 3 tells, and then it's hard too, because you know what, Jenna, just go ahead and give him that bone, because otherwise he's going to try to go up there and get it. And then you got to look at how often is it these days, and this is what I can't stand about our team. How often is it that you get a young quarterback in there and he has the same offensive coordinator, the same head coach, and is able to really develop as he should, understanding a system, and the only new things being when they implement new things into that system. But the core of the system with the offensive coordinator remains the same. A lot of these kids don't get that these days, or you get a kid with a guy that doesn't really match his, and so he says, well, he's not good. They get rid of him, like Sam Darnold, for instance. He seems to be right now found a guy that can work with him and his strengths and weaknesses. But I'm sorry, man. It's just he's one of his zones. He's still a puppy, kind of.
That's all good.
But yeah, so people don't really get developed. Hopefully, the CJ Stroud gets that. Tua didn't get that. Tua's been how many offensive coordinators has he been through? He had 2 with Flores.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was 1 his rookie year, and then 2 the next year, and then he's been through a lot. It's hard to get a fair assessment on some of these quarterbacks, man, because Alex Smith had the worst. This poor guy, look at what he went through. I can't remember any quarterback that had as much talent as he did coming out, and he just had every year was a new head coach, new offensive coordinator. He suffered in San Francisco, with all that stuff, but that has a lot to do with it too, I think.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%. Coaching does matter,
Yeah, absolutely.
if you look at someone like take Josh Allen for instance. I think he's thriving under Joe Brady more than he did the other coordinators. He might have more. Probably had better statistic numbers, but he's having better success because of the new offensive coordinator, Joe Daly.
Yeah, were you raining up there, bud?
Oh, what's up?
It sounded like it was raining. You got the nice moon in the background. Look at that, huh? He's always happy, smiling.
Steak and shake or something? What was that? What's that? Milkshake?
We have a tropical smoothie place in our plaza now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Joe Brady, not Joe Daly, whatever. I don't care. I really don't know who the Buffalo assistants are.
I had this for the first time last night. Really good place.
That's good.
What are we talking about? How we're gonna beat the living, out of the Texans?
Yeah, that's the plan, Greg. Right now, we were talking about CJ Stroud and what if we think that he's the truth, or if maybe he is or he isn't, and is it too early to tell?
Oh, that guy's a bum. Tua's gonna light his ass up.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I agree with Greg. If CJ Stroud is playing cornerback, he would light him up.
Greg, what kind of car do you drive? You don't drive a Subaru, do you?
Nah, I drive a Nissan.
Okay.
Me too.
Team Nissan over there, huh?
Yeah.
How was this defense going to get stops? It's looking bad lately. Phil, it is looking terrible lately. I mean, they can't.
Yeah, man, and Joe Mixon. I think he's going to be the X factor, too.
We ain't so terrible against the run all the time, but my thing is they always struggle with quarterbacks that are mobile, even a little bit mobile. A geriatric Aaron Rodgers last week, they couldn't get him, and they'll always be right there. It's almost like they over pursue every time, and I don't know that, and maybe it's just the way it is, but that all gas and no brakes, when it's just a little bit of that, it throws everything off. I don't know, but that's the one part that worries me about this game is I know CJ Stroud can move around a little bit if he has to, and that's something that hopefully they're paying attention to. I mean, I don't see how it'll change because it hasn't changed all year. It's just not something that happens overnight. But maybe if he's still a young kid, man. Maybe get him into, making a couple of mistakes, a couple of picks. I think turnovers, because I've been saying it for a while now. They've been in dogfights all year, Houston. So if we get into and they win 90% of the dogfights they're in. So I think we're going to need some turnovers. The defense is going to have to produce some type of help, I think.
You know what I like to do around this time of year, right? So this time, all right. We played the Houston Texans 11 times, and out of those 11 times, the record is 8-3. Who do you think is leading the series?
Now this is counting the.
No, not Oilers.
Oh, this is okay. So this is
that would be with the Titans.
Okay. Just Texans. The Texans. I'd bet anything the Texans are up.
Dolphins.
Yeah. What do you think? What did you say, Greg?
Dolphins.
Nope. The Texans are leading the series 8-3.
Yeah, man. I can remember them days with Arian Foster. We lost the games we needed to win to beat them, and it was a clutch situation.
But you know what? It was like for instance,
David Carr was their quarterback even before Arian Foster. We lose to them. Yo, they were one of the worst teams in the league, and we lose to them.
Yeah, the first game we played them was 21-20, then 17-15, 22-19, 29-28, 27-20, 23-13, and then they beat the shit out of us 44-26, 42-23. And then we beat them. My bad. We beat them 44-26.
Yeah.
Then we lost to them in 2018, 42-23. In 2021, we beat them 17-9. And then last meeting we had, it was in 2022, we beat them 30-15.
Yeah. We didn't start in Philly. Yeah, they won their first game against us. We didn't start beating them until recently. Like every time we play them, we'd lose. It'd be a close game, but we'd lose. It's just
Andre Johnson, man, that guy was a beast.
He was, but I'll tell you what, Vontae Davis. I want to say we played them one year, and Vontae Davis had a lock on him. God bless the dead, Vontae Davis, man. I thought he was going to be with us for a long time. When we drafted him, when we had him and Sean Smith, we drafted him.
I gave you 5 fucking chances ago, and you're gonna fucking just sit there, you fucking idiot! Jesus Christ! No, I'm fucking.
Okay.
No, and he just sits there for 5 minutes.
Damn.
Not 5 minutes. Coast of Nostra, are you on the road again, bud?
On the road again.
I remember last time you guys were driving at the same time. Do the 3 of you included in the room chat counter? I don't know what that is, Michael K. Chubb can bring a spark. Hey, Phil, so hold up. Is Chubb coming back? Is that what it is?
I think if we win, I think he'll come back. If we lose, I don't think he will.
Okay, so maybe Phil's just talking about, moving forward after this game.
I honestly don't know, but if I'm led to believe, I think if we win this game, Bradley Chubb will be back next week. If we lose, I think we won't see him because there's going to be no point for him to come back. Honestly, I think Bradley Chubb's going at the end of the year anyway. So I mean,
where do you think we'll get rid of him? Well,
I want Bradley Chubb to come back. I miss him. He was a great player for us.
yeah.
Hey, listen, Michael K. I had to mute him because he kept dropping too many F-bombs.
Too many F-bombs, bro. We got the F. What's the FCAT? What is the thing that we got to report to?
Yeah, listen. All I know is if I can't say the F word while I'm half tipsy, then neither can Greg.
Yeah, Greg's drinking smoothies, cursing up a storm, and he doesn't have that much of an.
Maybe a sugar rush.
Announced yet, so maybe they'll see. We'll see.
This is why I don't let people go on the road because they just sit there for 5 minutes, and I'm like, "Are you gonna go? Because if you're not, I'm gonna go." By the time I'm like, "I'm gonna go," then he starts going. Like honestly, this is why I don't let people go on the road.
Yeah, but you gotta still be a polite defensive driver. Hey,
you see that all the bad driving. Listen, Greg has just illustrated that all the bad driving in Florida are for people that come from up north.
From over there.
Yeah. Thank you.
100%.
Hey, Shake, let me ask you, who do we need to lose? Pittsburgh is too much. Denver?
All right,
let me see who Denver has left. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
All right. Want to do games of interest? Let's look at the
let's check that out.
We need Denver to beat the Colts, and then Denver to lose out, and then we need the Colts to lose to Denver.
Denver to lose out. Hold on, that sounds a little bit excessive. Are they that far ahead of us?
Denver has the Colts, Chargers.
Right. This is the playoff picture right now. The first 7 teams are Kansas City, that team that's the landfill of Canada. You know that team that's right underneath Canada. That Canada, I think it's Canada's landfill. You know what I'm talking about? Is number 2. Pittsburgh, Houston, Baltimore, Chargers, Denver. Those are the 7 teams that are currently, and both of them, all 3 teams that hold the wild cards currently have 5 losses. So it's Chargers, Denver, Indy. I'm sorry, Chargers, Baltimore, and Denver all currently have 5, and then of course Indy has 7, but they beat us.
Right. So But what I'm saying is, so we're looking at the bottom of the barrel here. I don't think Baltimore is going to have a monumental collapse. I mean, I think we could count that out pretty much.
And what's crazy is all the the only teams
Denver.
that are alive right now is Cincinnati, Miami, and Indy. Everybody else underneath us are eliminated from the playoffs.
Okay, so this is the problem. By the time the Broncos play the Chiefs, I mean, because that's the last game of the season they have. The Chiefs.
Yeah, Broncos. They play the Colts. Yeah, the Chargers, which they could lose to that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. The Chargers, which is a good for us because either way, the Bengals will be playing spoiler. I think the Bengals will beat them, and then the Chiefs. If the Chiefs still have a chance to keep the number 1 seed, then they're going to show up to play that game. So that's looking. The Broncos' schedule is looking good for us. They play the Colts, good, beat the Colts, that helps us. They play the Chargers, either or, that helps us. Then they lose to the Bengals, they lose to the Chiefs. Boom, get them out of here, pack them up.
Right. We also have the Chargers that could possibly.
But the Chargers they're already in though, right? The Chargers and Denver have the 2 last spots.
They're in the wild card.
Yeah, they got the 2 last spots, right? The Broncos and the Chargers.
Yeah. Broncos, Chargers. No, there's 3 spots. Remember, there's 7 teams now.
Right, but I'm talking about the lower tier of, because I mean that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, the lower tier is
the last 2 spots. Is what
Baltimore, LA, and Denver. Those are the 3 lower tiers.
Right, and I'm not counting Baltimore. They're in that middle class.
Yeah,
but I'm talking lower class because that's the only thing we can afford as of now. We're not George and Wheezy. We're not moving up to the east side. You know what I mean? So we got to look at them 2 low spots.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm hoping we get the 5 seed. Because if you think about it this way, for the Ravens, if they're the 5 seed, you go to Houston, which is a winnable game the way Houston's playing, and then you possibly have to go to KC, which is unlucky. But if someone else pulls an upset, I don't know.
No matter what, Greg, we're playing a real contender. If we make it in the playoffs, we're playing a real contender first quarter.
So first round. If the playoffs are in right now, first round will be Denver and Buffalo, LA and Pittsburgh, and then Baltimore and Houston.
I'd almost rather play a Buffalo or a Kansas City than a Baltimore, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Actually, I mean, Buffalo, Josh Allen can move around the same as Lamar can, but we're more familiar with Buffalo, and I'd rather take that than that.
This is why Buffalo doesn't. They hope we're not this. Buffalo hopes that they're the 2 seed, that Miami's not the 7 seed, because if we're the 7 seed, we have history on our side. You can't beat a team 3 times in a year, so we have the history on our side. Bills fans will be quaking in their boots if they have to play us.
I bet you're gonna make if you keep saying that, you're gonna make Michael K laugh into a seizure.
Have we not has Miami or Buffalo not beaten each other 3 times in 1 year in our history? Because I know we played 3 times a whole bunch of times, right?
I'm just saying in general, you can't beat a team 3 times in the year. I mean, it's possible. But usually history
doesn't happen like that. Oh my God, I got to do these picks.
That's why I'm saying if Texas plays Georgia in the national championship, Texas is going to win the national championship.
Who plays who?
What happened, bud? Sorry, I gotta do the football picks real quick. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
What's up with Washington? Is their quarterback still hurt? That kid?
Daniels, I think he's back. I don't know. I haven't heard if he got injured.
If Dallas loses to Carolina,
Right now,
I'm taking Cleveland to beat Kansas City.
Houston are 3-point favorites.
Jacksonville. The Jets will beat the Jags, and you hope. Well,
Yeah, C.J. Stroud with 3,000 yards and 15 touchdowns.
I don't know.
Tua has 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, so he's probably thrown. But Mixon, he's got almost 1,000 yards with 11 touchdowns.
Oh, Buffalo, Detroit. There's a good game. That's the game of the week right there. Hey, Michael K, shout out to you. I'm taking Buffalo to beat Detroit.
Hey, what's going on, CB83? What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I think Buffalo could beat Detroit.
You know what? I'm taking Tampa Bay to beat the Chargers too. Let's just go all the way. Yeah, Greg, I'm making my football pool picks.
What about the Battle of Pennsylvania?
I got the Steelers.
What's up, Bubba? You want to play with the...
You got the Steelers in the Battle of Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Philadelphia right there. Denver's gonna beat Detroit because that's who we need. Philadelphia will beat Pittsburgh because screw Pittsburgh. Seattle's gonna beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Look at it. They blew my parlay. Well, they didn't blow my parlay last time with that, but instead of winning 366 off of 25, I only won 166 because they won by 3.
I just have a quick question. Are the Bills and Lions at 425 along with the Steelers and Eagles?
Yeah, I think that's the game of the week. Are
they both on at the same time? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, I think the 425 game is always the game of the week, and I'm pretty positive that the Buffalo Detroit game is the 425. So whatever other games show up at 4 o'clock, yeah, they'll be on at the same time.
Yeah, the 4 o'clock games are the West Coast.
Right.
Oh, so the Steelers and Eagles are one then?
It has them in the later part of the pool. I don't know if he has them designated by time. Right now.
Hold on. I'm looking at the week. So you're looking at the all right, the 425 games are as follows. Steelers and Eagles, Buccaneers and Chargers, and Buffalo and we got a few Buffalo and Patriots and Cardinals. Colts and Broncos are 425. Oh, there's a lot of 425 games here.
Yeah, see, maybe it's.
And they got 2 Monday night games. They got the Bears and Vikings and the Falcons and Raiders.
Wow, Falcons Raiders on a Monday night, man. Come on.
Okay, next week. Yeah, next week is the Saturday games. Next week are starting to start
really?
Saturday games.
Well, I don't know why the NFL is doing that. I mean, I get it, but like at the same time, the college football playoffs on. I'm down here right now. I will not be watching the Saturday game. We got 3 good college games on next Saturday. Gonna be very ecstatic. They can put the Dolphins and 49ers on that Saturday. I will not be watching. Or I'll watch.
Oh shit! Week 17 is the Christmas games.
Yeah, that's next week, right? 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Dolphins are doing, and then week 18. There's a lot of to be determined, but we all know that the Jets and the Dolphins are going to be a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah,
I think the primetime game in this one is going to be I think Denver and Denver and Kansas City is playing. Even though the Chiefs kind of won the division already, so
Initially when they made that Dolphins Jets, they were thinking that was going to be
a winner to get in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly, Greg. Almost similar to how the Buffalo-Miami game ended up last year. But really, it's just the battle of the, Well, hopefully for us, it ends up being win and you're in.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than, beating a divisional opponent to get in the playoffs. We couldn't do it last year. We couldn't do it against the Geno Smith days. Even though we were a decrepit team at that time, but it was winning in that time too. We lost to the Jets at home.
About right there, we were playing the Jets, where we win the next 3 games against the Niners, the Houston, and the Browns. And everything goes our way. Like the Broncos are losing, and maybe the Chargers. We have sole possession of the wild card. Right, and we just have to win to secure it. And then Aaron Rodgers, just like Geno Smith, turns into a godlike quarterback, and then they beat us, cost us the playoffs. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, all we need is defense to get us some turnovers. Let the defense get us some help. Yeah. Let Tua keep being Chad Pennington. I mean, that's really all we need. He's lighting it up. Just he's not turning the ball over. He's playing good fundamental football at his position. That's it. We don't need him to be a hero necessarily. Not every time, but just if the defense could get us some help, that'd be nice. And I'm not talking about get us some help at the very last second at the end of the game and then leave it all on Tua every time. Some complimentary football would be nice, man. That's what we're lacking big time this year as the past several years, really, man. Our defense kind of has been pretty okay.
Yeah, but what's funny is
turnovers.
I've been a pro Flores guy. Everybody knows that. But the one thing that I will not deny is the fact that when like for instance, you have 2 sides of football, when the bulk of the money is on one side of the football, I think they have to carry the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's deflating when it's like that to the other side of the ball.
And right now, all the money is on the offensive side of the ball, if you think about it. Miss Finn, shout out to Miss Finn who does morning show. Can you name the superstars on defense that really, besides I think Holland is one, right? Would you consider Holland?
I know Holland had, he's been injured a little bit this year. I still say I like Holland a lot, man.
Who do you like?
I would say who are superstar Campbell. I mean, first and foremost, over anybody, over Zach Sealer or anybody, I would put Campbell number 1 right now.
Okay.
Zach Sealer, I'm not dubbing him like saying, because I was saying last year maybe he benefits from, but obviously I was wrong about that. My guys maintained his play that he had next to Wilkins.
But you know what? And it's funny. This is going to sound funny coming from me, but I look. I think it was Wilkins. They were evenly matched. I think they were a good tandem together.
Yeah, Megatron, Voltron, Wonder Twins activate type of deal.
Salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying?
But there's 2 superstars right there, though. Zach Sealer, Campbell. I would say Holland. I mean, he compared to how since his rookie season, he's had a down year. But I wouldn't count him out. I wouldn't say he's trash. I'd count him as a star. Ramsey, he's had a little bit of a shaky year, but I'd still say he's.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the offense. Would you call Tyreek Hill a superstar this year?
Yeah.
You get what I'm like. Everybody's having a down year. It seems this whole team to me, minus our running backs. Achan's pretty much represented the same way he did last year. I mean, he's not ripping 7 yards a carry, but he's still running that rock. Might as well be. Raheem Mostert isn't doing what he did last year. I mean, really, Achan would I would say, be the only guy that and Waddle's, he's tightening up. He's having, but everybody kind of had down. Jonnu Smith, I would say is the star of the offense. As
But
far
here's
as
the thing.
catching the ball, Tua's playing how he's played the past few years.
But here's one of the philosophies I've had over the years is the fact that when it comes to paying players, because I give somebody $30 for a Big Mac, doesn't mean that it's going to make the Big Mac taste better. Just because you give more money doesn't mean you're going to make it taste better or it's going to be worth more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Quality is quality, whether you're paying him a lot or paying him a little.
Yeah,
It doesn't change the flavor of something.
Yeah. No, you're right with that. And Joe, you might be right. I would agree with you kind of 50-50 with the Colts to win. But I would say let's go ahead and put them, under us. So that way,
Yeah, because I don't think I think Denver is playing really good football. And Anthony Richardson, he's a Gator, and I hate to say this, but he's doing. I mean, as of now, things could change. One thing about Anthony Richardson, if he puts in the work to hone in on his passing abilities, I think he'll be a great quarterback. But as he sits right now, nope, I don't see that.
Yeah, I'm with you. See the Colts to win. So, Joe, I'm confused. You're saying we can't finish with a tie with the Colts, right? Because we would lose the tiebreaker because, bless you, we lost the individual. So why would you want them to beat the Broncos? You would want. Look, it's like having another kid. I'm telling you, dog. Why would you want to have them beat the Broncos? We got to make sure we put them in there. Oh, shake money. Hey, he wants to know who your favorite quarterback was. Danny Werfel.
Chris Leak.
Chris Leak?
Chris Leak. Number 12. That's my favorite. I like Danny Warfield because he was the first the one to give me the first national championship, but yeah, Chris Leak was my favorite. He looked like Tiger Woods' younger brother.
Yeah. Since he is done for sure. But I don't since he's done, but that don't mean they're done playing. They're not making the playoffs. I'm with you 100%, Joe, but they're not done as far as playing spoiler. I think they're gonna end up coming on strong at the end and they'll whoop on a few people. What about Tebow? You like Tebow? Was Tebow your guy over there?
I like Tebow as a leader. I like Tebow as a football player, but I don't think he was a good quarterback. He was a good football player.
But with the Gators, you didn't think he was a good quarterback?
No, not a
like when he came into the league. Obviously, he wasn't. He
was a good football player. There's a difference.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I know exactly what you mean.
I'll give you a good example. Obviously Ken Dorsey, he was a good football player, but I don't think he was surrounded with all that talent in 2001, but I don't think he was a good quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. The Gators all together, they were winning basketball championships then, football championships.
And the Heat won a championship that year too in 2006. Remember?
The stars aligned though for the Gators organization.
And you know who else was on that team that was a Gator? The Heat team that won. Damn it, Haslam.
Yeah, Udonis Haslam. Absolutely.
Yeah, he won in 2006, the same year as Yucanoa did. He was I think he was a rookie or a sophomore. I can't remember.
No, he was with us. He was with Miami Heat when we won the 06 championship. Maybe he was a rookie then. But I know he put that wood on Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been a Gator fan since I would say 94, 95.
Rex Grossman.
Nah, Rex Grossman, he was okay.
Yeah. Came in the league. He did all right when he came
You know
in the
who
league.
did pretty good? That's underrated. Kyle Trask. He was a pretty good quarterback.
I gotta hide the pillows from the dog.
Is he chewing? Does he have separation anxiety?
No. He doesn't at all. He's really chill, but I just don't want him. This is a giant leather couch. It's a nice couch, so I'll let him come up sometimes if I'm up here just to make it where he's. But as far as being on a pillow or anything, no, I'm not okay with that. You know, the pillows are for humans. He has pillows for himself. You know, but yeah, not where I rest my head. He rests his balls. There's white and there's a different. I'm not that level white. You know what I mean? Where we do that, it's just a different. Let him like the dog lay on pillows that you rest your head on.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know, no, we're not doing that. His balls. I don't think so, pal. His name is Bolo. You want to see him, Costa? He's a good dog right here, man. Come here. Come in the screen. He thinks I'm making him get off the couch. This is him. He's a happy boy. Adorable. Look over here. No, look over here. Yeah, you see the people? There you go.
Yeah.
No looking in the face. Get out of here.
And I bet you he's cold as hell, though.
He's a good dog, man. He's still a puppy. He's only a year and he's like a year old.
Yeah, you had him last year. I remember.
Yeah, he's a puppy then. Now he's big. He's about 80 pounds probably. You can't tell on the screen, but he's gotten pretty big. He was raised by a cat, so he does a lot of cat stuff, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like boxes, cardboard boxes, because he always saw the cat laying in them. So now the cat he gets the cardboard and he takes it outside and he tears it up and clean it up.
You got a cat too?
I did buy him, Kosa. I bought him in Georgia.
Damn.
I do have a cat. He's a blue-nosed cat, just like the blue-nosed dog, Ziggy. Ziggy ain't as friendly. Now, I could pick him up and bring him over here. Let me see what happens. It's happy hour. I've had a couple. Let's see what happens. Okay. Ziggy, come on, bud. Now, the thing about Ziggy, this isn't a cat that'll sit on your lap. So, no, he doesn't climb on you. Yes.
Oh, man, he's adorable. I like Ziggy.
You can hold him for a little bit like a baby, but then when he's done, or else you're done. When he wants down, that's it. His mother learns the hard way all the time. She's bleeding every other day. I'm telling you. I bought him from Georgia, Kosa. Our dog passed away a couple of years ago, and I went up there and I got him. But man,
I'm looking forward. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the game, man. The Houston game. Not the Houston, to San Francisco game. Yeah.
So Joe said something up here when I was going on about my dog. He said if we run the table, we're a 92% chance to get in. See, I like those odds. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, we need to finish in a 3 to 4 way tie through the tiebreakers. I mean, I looked at Denver's schedule. I didn't look at the Colts. Let me look at them. I feel like Denver's schedule is in our favor. I feel like Cincinnati will beat. All right, now that's enough. Get down. Come on, now you're out of control. I feel like Cincinnati will beat Denver. Come on, get out of here. Cincinnati will beat Denver, and I feel like Kansas City. That's the one that bothers me is the Kansas City game, the last game of the season, because if they're already locked in their spot, then obviously they'll sit their guys. But if Kansas City still has a chance, then they play their, and then I feel like they'll do what they need to do. We'll see. Denver fought them last time, though. Denver fought Kansas City.
Denver has to go to – Denver is going Colts, they got to go to San Diego. L.A. They're going to Cincinnati.
Which L.A.? Hold on. Which L.A. they got to go to? The Rams.
Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers.
That's why we need the Chiefs to lose one of their next 3. So that way, going into that final game, it's a must win for the Chiefs because if they lose, they could lose the 1 seed. So we need the Chiefs to win one of their next 3.
Yeah, and Chiefs will get the bye week.
Yeah, but if the Chiefs lose, Bills, since they lost the Rams, they're 1 game behind the Chiefs in the 1 seed race. That's why I kind of want the Bills. We need the Bills to win against the Lions in the next 2 games. Chiefs to lose one of them. That way the Chiefs have to play everybody, because if going into that last week against Denver, they're not going to play Mahomes. They're not going to play all their starters. They're going to rest their starters, and we'll see the backups, which will make it easy for the Broncos to win that game. So that's why if the Chiefs lose to whoever they have to play in the next 3 weeks, they lose, they still have to play, because then the Bills could, if they lose that game to Denver, let's say, the Bills could swoop in and take the 1 seed from them.
Okay, now, Joe, this is where I feel like I disagree 100% now. Earlier I said 50-50. No way do we want the Colts to beat the Broncos, because then the Colts have the Titans, the Giants, and the Jaguars. The Jaguars minus, I don't think the kid's coming back.
Amen. Hey, Mikey, tell me.
That's a super pie schedule for the Colts. That's a cakewalk the rest of the season. I'm sorry.
Hey, Michael, tell me you're a casual without telling me you're a casual.
I think Houston for lazy. Everybody wants what Michael K is worried about is seeing the Miami Dolphins in that wild card. You know, if the Chiefs end up with the number 1 and then they got to play the number 2 and then boop up. Yeah, we're beating the Texans. I'm with you on that. I think we went out, you know.
I hope we went out.
I tell you, man, he makes the world go round. I tell you, Michael K. Much love, my brother.
Well, Coach, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm sad, and I'm sad for my children that it's down to this. We go from a year like last year where we had so much hope and great things happen in the early part of the season to just total devastation the second part of the season. And then that's what carried over, that momentum carried over to this year. And it's like, I hope that we can, especially if we're going to keep Mike McDaniel and then we're going to have Tua, but hopefully we can build on something positive with some good momentum going into next year. And let's try to, otherwise, because this year I was really kind of disenfranchised with the whole thing. I just haven't been. It's not enjoyable for me to watch anymore, you know. And then it started with how we went on that downfall from last season. So hopefully this year we build on something. We make the playoffs. We win out, you know, and we have something to look forward to going in the next year. Because as of right now, man, it's kind of a depressing situation.
All right. Oh, man, this is the sweetest thing that Michael K's ever said. I'll play along. Shake is as smart as Dan Mitchell. He's the best content creators on YouTube. YouPorn. Hey, man, listen. YouPorn. Hey, Michael K, I appreciate it. You know, whatchamacallit, I don't know if you know this, but Michael K is the capo to Dan Mitchell in the Bills Mafia. He's the capo. He is the big pussy to the Tony Soprano. Unfortunately, I see what happened to Big Pussy. I'm sorry.
Michael K, you're a rat? Who you telling on?
Dude, I saw that. I'm like, damn, that was kind of heartbreaking, man.
They say Michael K does Bills Mafia gay porn on his free time.
Oh man. They bang through tables.
They break the tables.
It's the cock ring.
Well, listen, but I gotta get going. I gotta make dinner.
On that note,
Michael K is my guy.
Yeah, he is.
Coach, so we're gonna make the playoffs, but don't give up. This talking Sopranos. We're gonna play. Don't stop believing.
Would you say Pauline Walnuts is the?
That's right. Okay, good stuff. That's it, Michael K. Always keep your mouth shut and never rat on your friends. That's it. Go ahead, Shep. What were you saying? Sorry.
Okay. So would you say who would be Tony Soprano's couple? Would that be Pauline Walnuts?
No, that was I think it was the slick hair guy. Not Silvio. What was the slick hair guy? That's who I'm pretty sure who it was. The one that ended up whacking his nephew's girlfriend when she was not. Was it Silvio? I don't know. Silvio might have been the cousin. I don't know. It's been a while.
Man, I want to see it, but man,
Because that's why when Tony Soprano was down and out, that's who we picked to run the family. So I would imagine that's who it was. I think he was the concierge.
What was Polly Walnuts?
Polly Walnuts was just a captain. He wasn't. I don't think he was the underboss though. I think he was just a captain. I'm pretty sure his name's Silvio.
He was a good character though, Polly Walnuts.
He was a good character. Yeah. He was in Goodfellas. I never watched The Sopranos. You told me that before. I'm gonna have to watch that. Landman and Lioness. Let me write that. Matter of fact, let me write that down. It just so happens I got a pad and a pencil over here. I got the thing where I could watch anything. Landman and Lioness. Now this better not be no Brokeback Mountain stuff, Michael K. All right.
Hey, by the way, listen, listen, Michael. If for Christmas, right? Michael K wants you to wear a Buffalo shirt so he could put your shrine next to El Capitan's shrine.
Nah, but I'll never go that far. That's against my religion. But what I will do is if Buffalo ends up and Miami isn't around and Buffalo is, I will root for Buffalo. I want to see them win. And that's for my birthday twin, my girl Melanie, and for Michael K. I got a couple other really good friends that have been Buffalo fans their whole life and went through the suffering and stood tall. And those are the people I respect in life. The ones that, ain't no fair weather, dorks. The ones that stand in the paint 10 toes deep and, back up what they believe in and who they ride for. So, yeah, I will root for Buffalo.
I'll tell you what, man.
We don't make it. That's who I'm in Detroit too. So either way, if Buffalo don't make it and Detroit does, I'll root for Detroit. If Detroit does and Buffalo does, I'll root Buffalo. And if they both make it, I'll still root for Buffalo more than Detroit because them 4 years in a row losing, I can't imagine that. That's terrible. And to still be a fan after that.
I'll root for Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I'll root for Dan Campbell too. But I won't be mad. Whoever wins, that's me. If we don't make it, that's what I want to see is a Detroit Buffalo. Or I'd like to see. I don't want to play Detroit if we end up in the Super Bowl because I don't want the Detroit Lions, never won a Super Bowl. Like Joe said earlier, they got their first win against us. Everybody gets their first everything against the Miami Dolphins. Records get broke on us all the time. And I don't want to be that guy, that here it is. The Detroit Lions, when they won our first Super Bowl, they beat the Miami Dolphins. We are etched in history for being losers. I don't want that. So, yeah.
By the way, so last week I tried some Jack Daniels Winter, this shit right here. I still have some left. Next week, I'm going to be trying the Jim Beam version. So.
All right, sounds good. Good to see everybody.
Now, before we do go, what's your Greg and what's your score prediction?
My score prediction. I've been off on these. I tell you, I always predict it, but this is going to be a dogfight. But I want it where it has to be a touchdown instead of a field goal. So I'm going to say Miami 27 and 27-23 Miami.
27-23 Miami.
It's going to be a one-score game, but I need it to be a touchdown. I don't need them to be able to kick a field goal. 27-24 Miami. Greg, what do you got?
If I say it's high scoring, it'll be a low scoring, boring game. If I say it's a low scoring, boring game, it'll be a high scoring game.
Okay.
It's a dome. It's a dome. Miami's from Miami. Houston's used to playing in a dome. I'm going high scoring. We got two really exciting quarterbacks, I guess, playing. We got talented on both sides of the ball on offense. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. It's going to come down, in my opinion, to whoever can get a stop. I'm going 45-42 Miami. Jason Sanders, 7-yard field goal for the win.
How many yard field goal?
57.
Okay.
It'll be like 10. It'll be like 10 seconds to go. Tua will throw a nice deep out route to Tyreek Hill. There'll be like 4 seconds on the clock, and then Jason Sanders will come out, kick the field goal at 57 yards.
In the dome with no wind. Easy money. Okay, I like that. What do you say, Shake?
28-20 Miami.
28-20 Miami. Okay. And Michael K says Houston by 14. Let's not leave that out.
Well,
let's go back.
Hey man, listen. Hopefully we have a victory Tuesday. We hope to see you on Larry Lucci G and Shake this Tuesday. Until then, man, y'all have a wonderful weekend.
Hold on, Shake. Costa gives. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Costa says 38-34 Dolphins win. There it is. 38-28. I am him. 38-28 Dolphins. Wild's 182 touchdowns. Okay. Greg puts in his 2 jersey. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you there, Shake.
No. You good. You good.
I want to get all them guys that were giving the predictions in before we cut them off.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, and if y'all have a wonderful weekend, and if you're in Florida, enjoy this beautiful weather because because we're not cooking.
I got my windows open in my house. That's why I got the windbreaker on because it's cold in here.
So,
all right, guys. Hold on, Anthony, because if we push to the tie the Colts, another 2 teams, 10-7 go ahead of the Colts. Okay, that's a good point, Joe. I didn't look at that. I got to do all the math. I'm going to check that out now. Have a good night, Joe, Costa, all you guys, man. Good night.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.